pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And good Saturday morning. Welcome to the campus of Urbana High School at the Indoor Aquatic Center as we get set for the first Urbana boys swimming and diving team meet of the season, as of course with the COVID pandemic, everything has been delayed this school year and even since last spring. So we're excited to have high school sports back on the Tigers Media Network. We appreciate you all tuning in on YouTube, streaming live. And our first event is going to be diving.
Jackson's first dive is dive number 102. Forward one somersault in the tuck.
And Jack Luzakembe of Urbana High School will be competing first.
Awards 3 1/2, 4 4 1/2.
And that scored a 3 1/2, a 4, and 4 1/2.
Forward dive in the tuck position. Degree of difficulty 1.2. Awards 3 3 3.
And that dive awarded a 3, 3, and 3.
Jackson's second dive is dive number 103. Forward 1 1/2 somersault in the tuck position. Degree of difficulty 1.6. Awards 4 1/2, 4 4 1/2.
And a 4 1/2, 4, and 4 1/2 awarded there.
Is dive number 102. Forward one somersault in the tuck position. Degree of difficulty 1.4. Awards 4
And that awarded a 4, 3 1/2, and a 4 from the judges.
Third dive is dive number 302. Reverse one somersault in the
Jackson
tuck
Gilbert with his
position. Degree of difficulty
third dive here.
1.6. Awards 5 4 1/2, 5. Jack's
That was a 5, 4 1/2, and a 5 there.
reverse one somersault in the tuck position. Degree of difficulty 1.6. Awards 3 2 1/2.
And that awarded a 3, 2 1/2, and 3.
Jackson's fourth dive is dive number 2.
And now we get ready for Jackson Gilbert's fourth drive.
Degree of
Fourth
difficulty
dive, excuse me.
1.7.
And that awarded a 5 1/2, 5 and 4 1/2. So this brings Jack Lusakimbi up for his fourth dive.
Difficulty 1.7.
And that one, a 4 1/2, 5 1/2, and 4 1/2. So the best score there for Lusakimbi.
Back one somersault in the tuck position. Degree of difficulty 1.5. Awards 4, 5.
And that dive awarded a 4, 5, and 4 1/2.
Jack's fifth dive is dive number 202. Back one somersault in the tuck position. Degree of difficulty 1.5. Awards 4 1/2, 4.
A 4 1/2, 4 and 4 scored for that dive.
Jackson's final dive is dive number 401. Inward dive in the tuck position. Degree of difficulty 1.4. Awards 4, 5.
That dive scored a 4, 5, 4 for
Jack's final
Jackson
dive is
Gilbert.
dive number 401.
And this is the final dive from Jack Lusakimbi.
Difficulty 1.4. Awards 4 1/2, 5 1/2, 5.
That dive, a 4 1/2, 5 1/2, and 5. So that will conclude the diving event here as the Urbana Tigers host the Charleston Trojans on Saturday morning. As I mentioned when we went on the air, we appreciate all of you tuning in live on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/UPTV6. And we have all 5 home swim meets on the schedule, so we'll be back with you on Thursday, February 4th, and then Saturday the 13th, Tuesday, February 16th, and Saturday, February 20th. So you can get your fix of Urbana High School swimming and diving all season long here. As I mentioned, such a relief to be back on the campus of Urbana High School with UHS Broadcasting after the pandemic shut IHSA sports down for close to a year. It was announced earlier this week, the schedule for all the sports. They're kind of cramming them in here in the spring. So plenty of events if you're a high school sports fan here in Central Illinois and a fan of the Urbana Tigers. And we'll do our best to be streaming and broadcasting all of those sporting events on the Tigers Media Network. These will also air later in the week on Urbana Public Television. UPTV is the City of Urbana's public education and government access channel. Available locally on Comcast Xfinity Channel 6 and 1096, AT&T UVerse Channel 99, and i3 Broadband Channel 6.
The first event for swimming is the men's 200-yard medley relay.
And one event that has been added recently here for this morning is the men's 200-yard medley relay. And that one is coming up next. The Tigers have 2 teams Team B and Team A. Team B consists of Patrick Sweeney, Sam Birdsley, Isaac Sosnoff, and Noah Barkley, while Team A is Willem Aline, Zach Menard, Marcus de Los Angeles, and Max Quan Allred. And for the visiting Charleston Trojans, Zach Stout, Jonathan Hofferer, Nolan O'Neill, and Ethan Blatnick. The Tigers have 22 student athletes on their swimming and diving team, whereas Charleston has 5 for the team this season. So you'll be hearing me call a lot of Urbana names. Nothing wrong with that. Happy to have such a large turnout in terms of student athletes. Obviously here at the Urbana Indoor Aquatic Center, limited to coaches and student athletes today. And that's why all of you are watching at home, and we appreciate that you are supporting these students in their first swimming and diving meet here at the Urbana Indoor Aquatic Center this season. You can follow Urbana Athletics on Twitter at AthleticsUrbana. So the timers are meeting now as we get ready for the 200-meter medley relay. Once that meeting commences, we'll get started here. Once again, 2 teams competing for the Tigers in the medley relay. Patrick Sweeney, Sam Birdsley, Isaac Sosnoff, and Noah Barkley making up Team B, and Team A is Willem Aline, Zach Menard, Marcus de Los Angeles, and Max Quan Allred.
In second place from Urbana, Jack Lusakembe with a score of 104.9. And in first place from Urbana, Jackson Gilbert with a score of 124.75.
And you might have heard in the background as the applause dies down, the public address announcer announced the scores of the diving event. In second place was Jack Lusakembe with a score of 104.9. And in first place was Jackson Gilbert, a score of 124.75. So congratulations to both Jack and Jackson. A good showing here on Saturday morning at the Urbana Indoor Aquatic Center. Once again, those scores: Jackson Gilbert in first place with 124.75. And in second place in the diving event was Jack Lusakembe, 104.9. We have the men's 200-yard medley relay coming up next, and then after that it's the men's 200-yard freestyle, followed by the 200-yard and then the 100-yard for junior varsity. The 50-yard freestyle, 50-yard freestyle JV, 100-yard butterfly varsity, 50-yard butterfly JV. That'll be followed up by the 100-yard freestyle, the 500-yard freestyle, the 200-yard freestyle relay, the 100-yard backstroke, and the 400-yard freestyle relay. So if you're just tuning in, still plenty of action to come. We're just one event in here, as we saw the diving earlier between Jackson Gilbert and Jack Luzakembe. Luzakembe placing second at 104.9 and Gilbert in first at 124.75. I'm Jason Liggett with you on the Tigers Media Network, streaming live on Urbana Public Television's YouTube, youtube.com/UPTV6. And, of course, we broadcast these later on Urbana Public Television.
Can coaches and captains please report to the table?
Coaches and captains have been asked to report to the table here. And as I mentioned, we're getting ready for the men's 200-yard medley relay. That'll be followed by the men's 200-yard freestyle. Two teams for the Urbana Tigers competing in the medley relay, and Charleston Trojans have one team. The Trojans team consisting of Zach Stout, Jonathan Hofferter, Nolan O'Neill, and Ethan Blatnick. While the Tigers team A is Willem Aline, Zach Menard, Marcus de Los Angeles, Max Quan Allred, and then team B is Patrick Sweeney, Sam Birdsley, Isaac Sosnoff, and Noah Barkley. And we see a little bit more movement down below as we get closer to starting our second event of the morning. It's the men's 200-yard medley relay for varsity. You might have heard the excitement there in the background as the Urbana swimming and diving team gets fired up for today's meet against the Charleston Trojans. And there's the report for the blocks warning here. The 200-yard medley relay getting ready to start. The two Tigers teams in lane 2 and 3, and the Trojans in lane 5. And all three athletes take their position in the pool.
In lane 2, Urbana, B, Sweeney, Sosnoff, Birdsley, Barkley.
And in lane 2 is the B team for the Tigers, and Patrick Sweeney, Sam Birdsley, Isaac Sosnoff, and Noah Barkley. In lane 3 is Team A in Willem Aline, Zach Menard, Marcus de Los Angeles, and Max Quan Allred, excuse me. And the Charleston Trojans there in lane 5. And that's Zach Stout, Jonathan Hoffer, Nolan O'Neill, and Nathan Blotnick. The Tigers Team A in the lead right now, but it looks like the Trojans are neck and neck with them. Trojans might even be out a little bit ahead. Once again, this is the 200-yard medley relay. And the Trojans have pulled ahead here. So Charleston coming back with their third of 4 in the relay. See if they can finish things up here. Once again, in lane 2 for the Tigers, Patrick Sweeney, Sam Birdsley, Isaac Sosnoff, and Noah Barkley. In lane 3 for the Tigers, Willem Aline, Zach Menard, Marcus de Los Angeles, and Max Quan Allred. And looks like Charleston has come in first with a time of 1:57.91. The Tigers Team A in second at 2:09.88. And the Tigers Team B at 2:16.97. So once again, in first place is the Charleston Trojans, a team of Zach Stout, Jonathan Hoffer, Nolan O'Neill, and Ethan Blotnick. Team of 1:57.91. In second place is Urbana Tigers A team in Willem Aline, Zach Menard, Marcus de Los Angeles, and Max Quan Allred, with a time of 2:09.88. And in third place is the Urbana Tigers Team B with a time of 2:16.97, and that's Patrick Sweeney, Sam Birdsley, Isaac Sosnoff, and Noah Barkley.
Event 4, men's 200-yard freestyle varsity, heat 1 of 1.
And now we move on to the men's 200-yard freestyle varsity. Competing for the Tigers in lane 2 is Reza Bonnie Hashem, and in lane 3, Santiago Pania. In lane 5 for the Trojans is Ethan Blotnick. And we see Bonnie Hashem switching out his goggles there, as all three of these student athletes get ready to compete in the 200-yard freestyle. And all three step up here.
In lane 2 from Urbana.
And once again, in lane 2 is Reza Bonnie Hashem, lane 3 Santiago Pania, and lane 5 Ethan Blotnick. And this the 200-yard freestyle. So they'll go down and back 4 times here. And right now, neck and neck for the lead is Santiago Pania and Ethan Blotnick. Trailing in third by just a little bit is Reza Bonnie Hashem. And it looks like Charleston Trojans, Ethan Blotnick, just a hair ahead of Santiago Pania. Pania's in lane 3, and again in lane 2, trailing is Reza Bonnie Hashem. They really are neck and neck there in lane 5 and 3. That's Ethan Blotnick of Charleston and Santiago Pania of Urbana. Pania might just be a hair ahead here as they get ready for their last trip down. We'll see who has the endurance to push ahead here. And a key might be a good push off that far wall of the pool when they're coming back. We'll see who gets a good one here. And it looks like Pania is pulling ahead. So Santiago Pania in lane 3, up on Ethan Blotnick in lane 5. With limited attendance of coaches and student athletes cheering on as finishing first, Santiago Pania of the Urbana Tigers. So Santiago timed at 2:28.86. Ethan Blotnick finishes second with 2:32.02. And finishing third is Reza Bani Hashim at 2:51.59. So once again, the 200-yard freestyle varsity coming in first, Santiago Pania at 2:28.86. Coming in second is Charleston's Ethan Blotnick at 2:32.02. And coming as third is Urbana's Reza Bani Hashim at 2:51.59. And we appreciate everyone watching live on YouTube as they cheer along in the chat there. If you're watching this later on Urbana Public Television and want to catch it live while it happens, you can head over to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/UPTV6. We have 4 more swimming and diving events scheduled for this season. Thursday, February 4th, that's this coming Thursday, the Tigers host Centennial at 4:30. In 2 weeks, on Saturday, February 13th at 11 a.m., we'll have Bloomington High School in Danville here. On Tuesday, February 16th at 4:30 p.m., Peoria Notre Dame in Danville. And then on Saturday, February 20th, our final home meet of the season at 11 a.m., it's Peoria Manual, Peoria, and Danville. So 4 more meets scheduled here. And now we get set for men's 200. In lane 2 for the Tigers is Marcus de Los Angeles. In lane 3 for Urbana is Willem Aline. And in lane 5 is Nolan O'Neill from the Charleston Trojans. And this is 200 yards again, so they're going to go down and back 4 times. In the lead right now is the Charleston Trojans. Nolan O'Neill. Just behind him is Willem Aline for the Tigers. Trailing in third is Marcus de Los Angeles. And the leader getting ready to complete this to the 100-meter mark, so still down and back 2 more times. Oh, and it looks like they're almost even there, but Charleston might have had a better push off the wall there as he pulls back ahead. Once again, that's Nolan O'Neill in lane 5, followed by Willem Aline of the Tigers in lane 3, and Marcus de Los Angeles in lane 2. the lane closest to us. And the lead continuing to lengthen here for Nolan O'Neill of Charleston. He's in the far lane. That's lane 5 here at the Urbana Indoor Aquatic Center. He's getting ready to go down and back for the last time to complete the 200 meter. And in lane 3, you see Willem Aline headed back down for the last time. And coming back, who still has one more trip down here to compete the 200 meters, is Marcus de Los Angeles. And coming in to finish right here is Nolan O'Neill of Charleston. And O'Neill finishes first with a time of 2:21.33. And finishing second is Willem Aline of the Urbana Tigers. And Aline's time of 2:44.87. And coming in third is Marcus de Los Angeles with a time of 3:10.75. So once again, the individual medley here for 200 meter. In first is Nolan O'Neill, a time of 2:21.33. Willem Aline of the Tigers in at second, a time of 2:44.87. And in third is Marcos de Los Angeles of the Tigers, a time of 3:10.75.
Event 6, men's 100-yard IM junior varsity, heat 1 of 1.
And in the 100-yard individual medley for junior varsity, it's Zach Bernard for the Tigers. He'll be swimming by himself here this morning.
In lane 4, from Urbana, Zach Menard.
So there you see in lane 4 is Zach Menard. And this is the individual medley for junior varsity, 100 meter. So down and back twice. His teammates cheering him on here. This is event 6 of 19 listed here today at Urbana High School. It's Zach Menard competing in the 100-yard individual medley junior varsity. Lane 4 as he gets ready to finish up here. We'll see what his time is. And a round of applause for Zach Menard. And his time is 1:20.41. So Zach Menard finishes the 100-yard individual medley for JV at 1 minute 20 seconds, .41.
Event 7, men's 50-yard freestyle.
And the men's 50-yard freestyle varsity coming up next. Isaac Sosnoff in lane 2. Keon Bonnie Hashem in lane 3. Noah Barkley lane 4. And then from Charleston, Ian Gardner in lane 6 and Zach Stout in lane 7.
In lane 2 from Urbana, Isaac Sosnoff. In lane 3 from Urbana, Keon Bonnie Hashem. In lane 4 from Urbana, Noah.
And this is the 50-yard freestyle, so just down and back once here.
In lane 7 from Charleston, Zach Stout.
And it looks like in the lead right now is Charleston in lane 7, which is Zach Stout. Zach Stout finished first, and then Noah Barkley finishes second. We'll have official times here in just a moment. Finishing first, Zach Stout at 25.93. In second is Isaac Sosnoff. In second is Noah Barkley at 27.73. In third is Kiabani Hashem at 29.47. In fourth is Isaac Sosnoff at 30.81. And in fifth is Ian Gardner of Charleston at 35.30. Once again, that the 50-yard freestyle. In first, Zach Stout at 25.93. In second, Noah Barkley of the Tigers at 27.73. In third, Bonnie Hashem at 29.47. In fourth, Isaac Sosnoff, 30.61. And in fifth, Ian Gardner at 35.30. We move on to event 8 here. It's the 50-yard freestyle junior varsity. Both competitors for the Tigers. Kevin Diaz in lane 3 and Max Quan Allred in lane 4.
In lane 3 from Urbana, Kevin Diaz. In lane 4 from Urbana, Max Quan Allred.
So Max Quan Allred going to get to that end first, and he's on his way back. Once again, Quan Allred in lane 4 for the Tigers, and in lane 3 is Kevin Diaz. This is the men's 50-yard freestyle for junior varsity. And finishing first in lane 4 is Max Quan Allred at a time of 30.95, and in second is Kevin Diaz
For a 10-minute warm-up.
at 37.20. So Max Quan Allred, 30.95. Kevin Diaz, 37.20. That wraps up event 8 here of 19 at the Urbana Indoor Aquatic Center. PA announcer just let us know that the pool is now open for a 10-minute warm-up, so we'll have 10 minutes before the next event, and that is scheduled to be the men's 100-yard butterfly varsity. Competing in that will be Patrick Sweeney of the Tigers and Santiago Pania. We'll then go to the men 50-yard butterfly junior varsity. Kevin Diaz will be competing in that one, followed by the men's 100-yard freestyle varsity. And we'll see Reza Bonnie Hashem back in the pool, Max Quan Allred, Zach Menard, Noah Barkley, Ian Gardner, and Jonathan Hofferer Ian Gardner and Jonathan Hoffer, both from Charleston. That'll be followed up by event 13, the men's 500-yard freestyle varsity. Jonathan Sanchez Huanca, Kian Bani Hashem, and Ethan Blatnick competing in that one. So those will be the next 4 events that we'll see here on the Tigers Media Network as the Urbana Tigers host the Charleston Trojans here on Saturday, January 30th. We appreciate all of you tuning in at home or on the go, no matter where you might be. We're streaming live on YouTube, youtube.com/UPTV6. That's the YouTube channel for Urbana Public Television. And I am Jason Liggett, happy to be here with you. Urbana Public Television is available locally on Comcast Xfinity, channel 6 and 1096, AT&T UVerse, channel 99, and i3 Broadband, channel 6. Now, we're not running this event live on our traditional cable television channel, just live on YouTube, but this event will run later in the week on UPTV. And as I mentioned earlier, we'll be streaming all 5 home meets of the Urbana Tigers live on our YouTube channel. Our next one's scheduled for this Thursday, February 4th. We're hosting Centennial at 4:30. And we'll be sure to share that direct YouTube link with the coaches, as well as tweet that out and share it on our Facebook page. So if you're not following us on Twitter, at Urbana Public TV, and on Facebook, at Urbana Public TV. So the first 8 events are down. And coming up next is Patrick Sweeney and Santiago Pania competing in the 100-yard butterfly varsity. Most of the swimmers here this afternoon are Urbana High School athletes. I believe the Tigers have 22 total members on the boys swimming and diving team. The Charleston Trojans have 5. So if you're a Tigers fan watching and you hear a couple names that you might not recognize, chances are they are from Charleston. And right now, just a 10-minute warm-up open pool time here at the Urbana Indoor Aquatic Center as we await our next event, the men's 100-yard butterfly varsity. And the pool is now closed. It was open for warm-ups there for 10 minutes. And coming up next is Event 9, the men's 100-yard butterfly varsity. Competing for the Tigers in Lane 2 will be Patrick Sweeney, and in Lane 3, Santiago Pena.
Event 9, men's 100-yard butterfly varsity, heat 1 of 1.
This is a 100 yards, so they'll go down and back twice.
In Lane 2.
And in Lane 2, once again, is Urbana's Patrick Sweeney. Right next to him in Lane 3 is Urbana's Santiago Pena. Sweeney in Lane 2. Once again, that's the lane closest to us. He's about a body length ahead of Santiago Pena in Lane 3. This is the 100-yard butterfly varsity. Sweeney has increased his lead here. So he looks to finish up here in Lane 2. Behind him in Lane 3 is Santiago Pena. And we'll get you a final time here as Patrick Sweeney for the Tigers finishes. And his final time is 1 minute 21 seconds. 1:21 for Patrick Sweeney in Lane 2. And Santiago Pena finishes in Lane 3 at a time of 1 minute 34 seconds. So 1:21 for Patrick Sweeney, 1:34 for Santiago Pena. And that was the men's 100-yard butterfly varsity. Coming up next is the 50-yard butterfly junior varsity. Kevin Diaz competing in that one solo for the Tigers.
Event 10, men's 50-yard butterfly junior varsity, heat 1 of 1.
And that is Kevin Diaz in Lane 4 competing for the Tigers, the men's 50-yard butterfly junior varsity.
In Lane 4 from Urbana, Kevin Diaz.
Kevin Diaz looks to finish up strong here for the Tigers. We'll see what his time is here in Lane 4. Solo competitor in the men's 50-yard butterfly junior varsity. and he finishes with a time of 45.49 seconds. So 45.49 for Urbana's Kevin Diaz. Coming up next is the men's 100-yard freestyle varsity. That has 7 competitors. For the Tigers in lane 1, Reza Bani Hashim. In lane 2 will be Max Quan Allred. Lane 3 is Zach Menard. Lane 4, Noah Barkley. And for the Charleston Trojans in lane 6, Ian Gardner. And in 7 is Jonathan Hofferer.
Event 11, men's 100-yard freestyle varsity, heat 1 of 1.
As the swimmers take their posts here. Once again, this is the 100-yard freestyle varsity. So they'll go down and back twice.
In lane 1, from Urbana, Reza Bani Hashim. In lane 2,
Lane 1 is Reza Bani Hashim. Lane 2, Max Quan Allred. Lane 3 is Zach Menard. Lane 4, Noah Barkley. And Charleston's Ian Gardner in lane 6. And in lane 7 is Jonathan Hofferer. Looks like in the lead right now for the Tigers is Zach Menard, followed by Charleston's Jonathan Hofferer. So Menard looking to finish strong here in lane 3, and in lane 7 on the far side is Jonathan Hofferer. Menard finishes first, followed by Hofferer. Coming up in third place will be Noah Barkley for the Tigers. So Zach Menard finishes first with a time of 56.71. In second place is Charleston's Jonathan Hofferer, 58.05. Third place belongs to the Tigers' Noah Barkley, 103.41. Quan Allred in fourth with 109.55. In fifth is the Tigers' Bani Hashim at 116.10. And in sixth place is Ian Gardner, 127.81. That was the men's 100-yard freestyle varsity. Zach Menard takes that for the Tigers at a time of 56.71. Our next event is event 13 of 19 here this morning at the Urbana Indoor Aquatic Center. In lane 2 will be Jonathan Sanchez Haranka. In lane 3, Kian Banahashim. And in lane 5, Ethan Blatnick. This is the men's 500-yard freestyle varsity. So a test of endurance here with 500 yards.
Heat 1 of 1.
And we get started here for the 500-yard varsity. In lane 2, Jonathan Sanchez Haranca for the Tigers. Kian Bonnie Hashem in lane 3 for Urbana, and for Charleston, Ethan Blatnick in lane 5.
In lane 2, from Urbana, Jonathan Sanchez. In lane 3, from Urbana, Kian Bonnie Hashem. In lane 5, from Charleston, Ethan Blatnick.
And at the far end of the pool there, you'll see that each competitor has a spotter keeping track of how many times that they've gone down, with this being a 500-yard freestyle. I mentioned earlier a test of endurance, but also just trying to keep track of where you're at. And it looks like Charleston's Ethan Blatnick just a hair ahead right now of Urbana's Bonnie Hashem in lane 3. And then trailing in lane 2 is Jonathan Sanchez. Again, nothing has changed yet leadership-wise of this one, as we see Charleston, Ethan Blatnick just a hair ahead of Urbana's Kian Bonnie Hashem. And coming in third in lane 2, Jonathan Sanchez of the Tigers. This is the men's 500-yard freestyle varsity. Blatnick increasing his lead now over the two Tigers.
Our scores from today's meet so far. In second place is Charleston with 30 points. And in first place with 56 points is Urbana.
And the PA announcer just addressing the totals for today's meet so far, and that's through event 11. Urbana is in the lead, 56 points, and in second place is Charleston with 30 points. Leading right now in lane 5 is Charleston's Ethan Blatnick. He's followed by Bonnie Hashem in lane 3 for the Tigers. And in third place in lane 2 right now is Jonathan Sanchez for Urbana. This is the men's 500-yard freestyle varsity. The longest event here today, as it's the Urbana Tigers hosting the Charleston Trojans on the campus of Urbana High School at the Urbana Indoor Aquatic Center. We appreciate everyone tuning in live on YouTube. Again, we'll stream the next 4 events here for the swimming and diving team. We also broadcast those at a later date on Urbana Public Television. Our next live stream will be this coming Thursday as the Tigers host crosstown rival Centennial Chargers. And this will be the last trip back for Ethan Blatnick, finishing up the 500-yard freestyle. And he's getting ready to clock in right now, and we'll get his time for you. So finishing first from Charleston High School is Ethan Blatnick. And Blatnick has a time of 7 minutes, 11.44 seconds. Finishing second in lane 3, Bonnie Hashem. And we'll get his time here momentarily. He clocks in at 7 minutes, 50.703 seconds. So Ethan Blatnick in first for Charleston, 7 minutes, 11.44 seconds. Bonnie Hashem from Urbana in second at 7 minutes, 50.03 seconds. And coming in third is Jonathan Sanchez for the Tigers at 8 minutes, 12.08 seconds. So that completes event 13 here at the Aquatic Center, the 500-yard freestyle varsity. Once again in first is Ethan Blatnick, 7:11.44. Bonnie Hashem in second at 7:50.03. And in third is Jonathan Sanchez, 8:12.08. And another relay coming up here for event 14. It's the men's 200-yard freestyle relay. Urbana once again will be fielding 2 teams, and lane 2 will be Team B for the Tigers. Reza Bonnie Hashem, Jack Luzakembe, Kevin Diaz, and Jackson Gilbert. Team A will be in lane 3, and that'll be Sam Birdsley, Noah Barkley, Max Quan Allred, and Isaac Sosnoff. And for Charleston, over in lane 5, will be Zach Stout. Names there on Team B for the Tigers. Jack Luzakembe and Jackson Gilbert competing in the diving event this morning. Jackson Gilbert placing first, 124.75. Luzakembe in second at 104.9. That was the first event this morning, the diving. And now we're on to the 14th event, the men's 200-yard freestyle relay. Once again, in lane 2 for the Tigers, Reza Bani Hashim, Jack Luzakembe, Kevin Diaz, Jackson Gilbert. In lane 3 for the Tigers, Sam Birdsley, Noah Barkley, Max Quan Allred, and Isaac Sosanoff. And in lane 5 for Charleston, Zach Stout, Nolan O'Neill, Jonathan Hoffer, and Ethan Blatnick. So Charleston in the lead right now, followed by Team A for the Tigers, and then Team B for the Tigers in lane 2. Third swimmer in for Charleston. Third swimmer in lane 3 for the Tigers. That's Team A. And the fourth and final swimmer, Ethan Blatnick, in for Charleston in lane 5. And now the fourth and final swimmer in for the Tigers, Isaac Sosnoff, in lane 3. So Charleston will place first in this one as Blatnick looks to finish up here. We'll see what the time is for the Trojans. Coming in second place, the Urbana Tigers Team A, as Sosnoff is finishing up now for the Tigers. So first place with a time of 1 minute 48.03 seconds is Charleston. Team A for the Tigers in second place with a time of 1 minute 57.18 seconds. And finishing up now in lane 2, the Tigers Team B. And we'll have their final time momentarily here in the men's 200-yard freestyle relay. And Team B's final time at 2:21.58. So Charleston finishes first, 1:48.03. Urbana Team A in second at 1:57.18. And Urbana Team B finishes third at 2:21.58. It was just announced now. We'll have a 10-minute break here. The pool is open for warm-ups. So when we come back from this 10-minute break, we will be on to the men's 100-yard backstroke varsity. Competing in the men's 100-yard backstroke is Patrick Sweeney, Willem Aline, and Zach Stout. Zach Stout from Charleston. That event will be followed up by the 100-yard breaststroke from varsity, and that'll be Sam Birdsley, Marcus de Los Angeles, Isaac Sosnoff, Jonathan Hofferer from Charleston, Nolan O'Neill from Charleston, and Ian Gardner from Charleston. So the Tigers have 3 competing in that event, so do the Trojans. That's the men's 100-yard breaststroke coming up. Then the final event for today will be the 400-yard freestyle relay. Charleston not entering a team into that, but Team A for the Tigers will be Zach Bernard, Sam Birdsley, Patrick Sweeney, and Willem Aline. And Team B will be Kian Bonnie Hashim, Jonathan Sanchez, Marcus de Los Angeles, and Santiago Pania. That will be the final event today. So 3 more events scheduled when we come back from this open pool now for warm-ups. Again, a 10-minute break in competition, and then we will see the 100-yard backstroke. That'll be between Urbana's Patrick Sweeney and Willem Aline, as well as Charleston's Zach Stout. And they have closed the open pool here as we get ready to start our next event. It's the 15th event today, the men's 100-yard backstroke. In lane 2 will be Patrick Sweeney. Lane 3, Willem Aline for the Tigers, and Zach Stout from Charleston over in lane 5. And this is the 100 yards, so they'll go down and back twice. Ahead right now in lane 3 is Willem Aline. He's followed up by lane 5, Zach Stout, and then Patrick Sweeney from Urbana in lane 2 in third place. Aline a full body length now ahead of Stout, and Stout about a half body length ahead of Urbana's Sweeney. So Willem Aline increasing his lead now. He's in lane 3 for the Tigers. Barring anything drastic here, Aline will finish first. In second right now is Zach Stout from Charleston, and about 2 body lengths behind him in third is Urbana's Patrick Sweeney. Finishing up here, Willem Aline. We'll get his time for you here momentarily. So Urbana's Willem Aline finishes first. And in second, it'll be close, but looks like it's going to be Charleston's Zach Stout, followed by Urbana's Patrick Sweeney. So Willem Aline with a time of 1:07.11 in first. Zach Stout places second with a time of 1:19.14. And then in third is Patrick Sweeney, 1:20.94. And that is the men's 100-yard backstroke. Once again, Willem Aline for Urbana taking first place, 1 minute, 7.11 seconds. And second is Charleston Zach Stout, 1 minute, 19.14 seconds. And in third place is Patrick Sweeney from Urbana, 1 minute, 20.94 seconds. Coming up next will be event number 17, the men's 100-yard breaststroke. In lane 2 will be Sam Birdsley. Lane 3 is Marcus de Los Angeles. The Tigers' Isaac Sosnoff in lane 4. Lane 5 is the Trojans' Jonathan Hoffer. Nolan O'Neill from Charleston in lane 6, and Ian Gardner from Charleston in lane 7.
In lane 2, from Urbana, Sam Birdsley. In lane 3, from Urbana, Marcus de Los Angeles. In lane 4, from Urbana, Isaac Sosnoff.
And one trip down, looks like coming in first so far is Nolan O'Neill, followed by Jonathan Hoffer. And then for the Tigers leading the way, in lane 2 is Sam Birdsley, followed closely by Marcus de Los Angeles. At the halfway point, still leading in lane 6 is Nolan O'Neill. In second, just about 2 body lengths behind him, is Charleston's Jonathan Hoffer. They're followed by Urbana in lane 3, Marcus de Los Angeles, and in lane 2, Sam Birdsley. Then you have in lane 4, Isaac Sosnoff. And then in lane 7, Ian Gardner. Charleston getting ready to finish here in lane 6. That's Nolan O'Neill. We'll get Nolan O'Neill's time for you here in just a moment. Coming in second in lane 5 will be Jonathan Hoffer. So O'Neill finishes first with a time of 1 minute, 7.40 seconds. Coming in second is Charleston's Jonathan Hoffer with a time of 1 minute, 14.62 seconds. Coming in third from Urbana is De Los Angeles, a time of 1 minute 25.28 seconds. Just behind him is Sam Birdsley from Urbana, coming in fourth at 1 minute 28.74 seconds. Coming in fifth is Isaac Sosnoff at a time of 1 minute 39.72 seconds. And finishing things up in lane 7 from Charleston is Ian Gardner. And Ian Gardner with a time of 1 minute 56.71 seconds. So that wraps things up for the 100-yard breaststroke. Once again, coming in first, Nolan O'Neill. Second is Jonathan Hoffer, both of them from Charleston. Marcos de Los Angeles, Urbana's lead swimmer in this event at 1 minute 25.28, followed closely by Sam Birdsley, placing fourth at 1 minute 28.74 seconds. Isaac Sosnoff for the Tigers finishing fifth at 1 minute 39.72. And finishing sixth is Ian Gardner from Charleston at 1 minute 56.71 seconds. Well, and just one event left here on this Saturday morning between the Tigers and the Trojans. This is another relay. Event 19, it's the men's 400-yard freestyle relay. Charleston not fielding a team for this event, but Tigers have Team A and Team B. Team B will be in the lane closest to us, lane 2. And that will be comprised of Kian Bani Hashim, Jonathan Sanchez, Marcos de Los Angeles, and Santiago Pania. In lane 3 will be Team A for the Tigers, and that will be comprised of Zach Menard, Sam Birdsley, Patrick Sweeney, and Willem Aline. We hope that you have enjoyed your time with us this morning. We'll be bringing further action all season long. Our next streaming event will be this Thursday at 4:30, the Tigers hosting the Centennial Chargers.
In lane 2, Urbana, B, Bonnie Hashim, De Los Angeles, Sanchez, Pineda. In lane 3, Urbana, A, Menard, Sweeney, Birdsley, Aline.
So this is Zach Menard for the Tigers right now, part of Team A in the lead. They're in lane 3. He'll be followed up by Patrick Sweeney, Sam Birdsley, and Willem Aline. In lane 2 for the Tigers, Team B, this is Bonnie Hashim that you're seeing right now. Bonnie Hashim will be followed up by Marcos de Los Angeles, Jonathan Sanchez, and Santiago Pania. This is the 400-yard freestyle, so each swimmer will go down and back twice. So there you can see on the pedestal getting ready to dive in is Patrick Sweeney. So Sweeney, the second swimmer for Team A in lane 3. And jumping in now for Team B in lane 2 is Marcos de Los Angeles. Sweeney on his first trip back as he passes around the midway point. Team B's Marcos de Los Angeles. Sweeney about to make his final trip back, and that will be Team A over in lane 3. So getting ready to jump in next will be Sam Birdsley for the Tigers. You see him ready to jump in as well. And he is in. Very good start there from Sam Birdsley. And jumping in now for Team B in lane 2, that's Jonathan Sanchez. Swimming away from the camera right now in Team A is Birdsley. He's getting ready to make his final trip back. And then we'll see Willem Aline dive in. And he'll be the final swimmer for Team A over in lane 3. The final swimmer for Team B will be Santiago Pena. For more information on Urbana High School athletics, be sure to follow them on Twitter at AthleticsUrbana. You can also follow Urbana Public Television on Twitter at Urbana Public TV. Urbana Public Television, the City of Urbana's public educational and government access channel for the City of Urbana. The final swimmers in now for both Team A and Team B. Team A in lane 3, it's Willem Aline. Team B in lane 2, Santiago Pena. Pena going to go down and back one more time. And there's Aline finishing up. So Team A finishes first in lane 3, a time of 4:25.12. So that's 4 minutes, 25.12 seconds for Team A. And finishing up now, Team B for the Tigers in the 400-yard freestyle relay. And Team B is going to have a final time of 4 minutes, 56.47 seconds. So that will conclude events for today. Pool announced open for warm down. And once again, that final event, the men's 400-yard freestyle relay varsity. Team A finishing with a time of 4:25.12. And that team consisted of Zach Menard, Patrick Sweeney, Sam Birdsley, and Willem Aline. Urbana Team B with a time of 4:56.47. That team consisting of Kian Bonahasham, Marcus de Los Angeles, Jonathan Sanchez, and Santiago Pena. Well, we certainly appreciate you tuning in here on the Tigers Media Network. We'll be back with you this coming Thursday. We'll have Centennial live streaming. That's Thursday, February 4th at 4:30. Then coming up on Saturday, February 13th, in 2 weeks at 11 a.m., the Tigers host Bloomington and Danville. On Tuesday, February 16th at 4:30, Peoria, Notre Dame, and Danville coming to the Urbana Indoor Aquatic Center. And then our final event of the season will be Peoria Manual, Peoria, and Danville on Saturday, February 20th at 11 a.m. So we hope you can continue to tune in and we can provide this service to you for watching at home, as you can't attend in person yet because of the pandemic. But certainly so great to be back on the campus of Urbana High School and the IHSA sports back in action here, not just in Urbana, but all over Central Illinois. We appreciate you tuning in. We'll see you next time on the Tigers Media Network.